Can't keep using that excuse. You're the records holder. You're the keeper. If they're doing it,
and
get them out of the job.
I was just told about it literally around 12:30. The consent to be recorded over the phone, but
too bad.
That's besides the point.
Just follow the law. That's all you got to do. Everybody. What's up, everybody? James Madison Odds here. We're in front of the corrupt city of Orange City, home of some stalking cops and some people that have committed frauds and actually arrested for it, and as well resigned under no randomness, just out of randomness, because we started digging in and finding out if, in fact, he was trying to get dates on duty while he was married. However, Orange City now is trying to hide public records, the utmost violation you can have, the public's records, and it starts with the police department and goes over here to City Hall and into the clerk's office. Heather Ostrowski in here was telling Sanders today that he's not allowed to get body camera Axon Audit Trails because they have to create the record. It is metadata within a computer system that you click export and you run the report and it comes out. It's no different than anything like an email. But since this is to help prove someone's innocence or prove that there's more body cameras than they led to, they're going to hide it. And that's what they do. How's it going? I'm good. Hey, I just got done with... Are you busy? I don't want to interrupt you if you're in the middle of something.
Oh, I'm reading something, but...
Yeah, 2 seconds. You guys are holding audit trails now and saying they're not a record?
I do not have an answer for you. I'm just told what I'm told.
Do you know who told you that? Is there any documents that I can request to see?
I don't know.
Okay, just to give you a heads up, they are records. You're a police officer. Just because you click export to retrieve them, it's the same case as this one here. I'll drop it off to you. Maybe you can pass it on to them. Otherwise, you have to give the raw data, and you've already previously gave these in the format that is readily available to the public. It's that that highlighted one there, because someone, you can have it. You can have it. I'm done. Someone was asking for PST files. Do you know what that is? Like a PST email?
I have absolutely no idea.
So it's basically Outlook shows you stuff on the screen, right? And the PST file is the data. And so when they released, they said, no, we're not going to give you the PST file. It's still a record. It's a file. You just have to transfer it. Axon, I don't tell you this, but I worked with Axon. That's why I know all this stuff about it. And that's why all of these guys know about it now too. When you click export audit trail on there, the data's on your computer. You either have to give it to us in raw data or just FOIA or even a body camera. When you go through and look at it and review it, you're creating a new record when you export it. So that's what I mean. You guys are playing a game with this. These audit trails are just data. They're not anything in there except for, just some of the stuff that we need to see. Whoever told you that is helping you violate the law. I don't know if you'll do a police report for me, a documentation report. I can fill out a statement. I would love to be able to do that because it is a violation of law.
Okay, well, like I said, I don't know who it was that said that we needed that this wasn't something we didn't have access to it. Or not that we didn't have access, but...
You did. You've provided like 6 of them to me in the past.
I didn't provide it. That I don't believe I provided it to you. Somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to stop passing the buck. Eventually, it's going to be like someone has to take responsibility for it. I'm sure you guys don't investigate your crimes like this. You're like, no, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. You get in a little huddle and go beep beep. Well, fuck, we can pin it on this guy over here. Arrest him. Yeah, we'll do that. Hey, sir, come over here under arrest. When everybody says they don't know, you blame shit on them, and you got to stop doing that. Just follow the law. That's all you got to do. Everybody, including Criminal Miller. Hello. Oh my goodness, let's see what I have today. Oh, no pen needed. I'm not doing a record. I did the records request online. So anyway, I was just provided that you guys are no longer doing audit trails anymore. Is that right?
So, and I haven't fully looked into that yet. I got what Stephen was told by PD. I told him I would look into it. What they told me happened because I wasn't in the office yesterday. I was in the house. So I have not fully dug into everything.
Shouldn't have to.
Was said.
It's a record.
So what they're saying is it's not a record that is typically created, that they would have to create it.
You don't have to do that.
That I don't know.
You can provide.
The Axon system myself.
You can provide the raw data. There's a court case. This is what I'm bringing you today. This is in 171 of the Government Sunshine Manual. A shitty little department like you guys here tried this with an Outlook PST file. It's the same thing. That's not in a format that they provided in. Every time you push the button, it creates a data record in this Axon Audit Trail, right? So that's number one. Every time you dock it, it creates a record. If you mute it, it creates a record. It is a record that is there to communicate and perpetuate and formalize knowledge, because specifically, we could say that, well, the city's doing something corrupt, like that one sergeant I told you had the body camera that muted, and you said, oh yeah, there's no record of it. The audit trail is an evidence piece, is what it is. It is a piece of evidence. And just because, and if you look on Axon's website, it even states in there that we provide you the tools to comply with public records, and it specifically references this. The audit trail is data that is contained and that you maintain and control and that you have. Just because you hit export doesn't mean that you have to generate a record. The record is there, and it falls under here that it is the court agency, the court ordered the agency to provide the record in PST or other electronic medium that allowed the requester to view the item in Outlook. This is very similar to this. It's data that's contained in the system, on the devices, in the docs, and everywhere that you have, it creates a record. You can't hold these records from us. You've already created a medium that you've provided it in the past, and on your phone call that I got for the recording there, you're digging the heels in and standing behind it.
So, I didn't consent to be recorded over the phone, but
Too bad.
that's besides the point.
File charges against him.
I'm not going to do that.
Do you know the court case that allows that? It's McDonough versus Fernandez-Rundle. Do you know the case that does that? It is Department of Agriculture v. Edwards. That's the other one. You have no expectation of privacy. Not one. So you can't go after the wiretapping statute.
I didn't say that I was going to.
No, but you made us think about it. You got to learn that you're a public official on the public dime, answering public questions.
I am. So I would assume that you're talking about the conversation that I had with Steven Sanders earlier, where I asked him to provide any type of, he was talking about,
You have to provide. We don't provide.
So I haven't even seen the response yet, Mark. Like, I have not seen the response that...
Your response was in on the phone.
From my understanding, whatever report was generated, the audit log, that requires us to create a report that we wouldn't normally create. And I believe in the past, they may have created one and furnished it. But going forward, they were not going to continue to create records to respond to a public records request, because unfortunately, the state says that we don't have to.
From what I was told based on a conversation. So where I told Steven that I would definitely dig further into it and verify the information, and that I would get back to him. And then he had mentioned some attorney general opinions and whatnot. And I told him, I said, please send whatever you have over to me. Sure. Please let me know. Like, I'm happy to look into it, but I didn't have all the information. I haven't seen any of it.
You don't need to. This is a record that every agency provides. Orange City Police Department, you specifically, and specifically what you said on the phone, you're saying that, well, going forward, we're not going to do this anymore.
So I was told that they would have to create a record, is what I was told. Okay. I wasn't told how the record was created, how it was stored.
Everything is creating a record. Yeah, you can have this one. Yeah,
I can go grab my book, actually.
Yeah, take that one. You realize that everything that you do is creating a record. If you provide a photocopy of something, it's not the original document, it's creating a record. If you provide emails, you're creating a PDF, Kaylee. You're creating something that was not there.
And I understand.
And this data on this...
The only thing I was asking was for Steven to give me a little bit of time to...
Well, why delay the record? That's a state law violation in itself.
I need to go, I'm going to have time to go over there, talk to the PD, talk to whoever is in charge of the Axon, which I believe is...
So when are you going to do that? Are you going to do that while you're looking at the signs out back? taking smoke breaks repeatedly or talking to your daughter on the phone like the other day? When are you actually going to do it? That's what you said to me on there.
Correct. I was talking to my daughter.
Yeah.
So is it not okay for a city employee to take a break or to?
How many
I
do you
haven't even
take?
gone to lunch, Mark.
Okay, I don't know. I have a video. Someone sent me a video of a whole day of recording out here out back, and it shows that there's not a lot being done, and there's a lot of other things that are not being done out there.
Okay.
And then when you violate people's rights, specifically this man that's trying to get an audit trail, he's trying to get this to prove his innocence, I guess, in court. You denied it to us. You denied it to a man that was charged with fleeing and looting by that cop that stalked his girlfriend and committed multiple crimes.
So, and I haven't even talked to that person. And what I was told earlier by Stephen was that he was trying to help a resident, but he didn't give me any of the information, any of the
You shouldn't
resident's
have to.
information. I understand, but I cannot specifically.
Every
How am I
agency.
supposed to question a public records request if I don't necessarily have all the information in front of me at that moment?
I don't think that you really care about the actual rights of people, because you do this here and you say, when are you going to do it? Public records take precedent over everything.
Mark, the day's not even done yet.
When you say, hey, when are we going to look at this? Public records should start at the beginning. If you get a public records request in, look at the case laws. They're out there. They take precedent over any other city business. They do. The right to inspect records. I'm just telling you, you're the only agency that is playing this game with audit trails in the entire state of Florida. There should be no research into it. You should be calling over, hey, what do you mean create a report?
There should be research into it, Mark, when I don't know how. I don't have access to that system. I can't just go in and pull it myself.
Specifically, the courts say that you have to err on the side of transparency versus secrecy. And like I said, when are you going to do it? I mean, he's asked for it earlier today. That would be the first order of business. Oh, crap. They're holding records. That is a very important thing.
They're holding records?
Withholding records.
How are you? I wouldn't consider that I didn't say that he fully can't have it. I said that I wanted to look into it, figure out the information for it, and then I would get back to him. And he specifically told me that any ag...
They're already denying the record. And then you're going to look into it. That you have the cause, and then you have him appealing to you saying like, hey, we need this record. It's
so
already
can you
been
give me
denied.
the resident's information that requested this record?
I don't have it. You can get with Sanders about it. I did my own records request for an audit trail.
Because he also did not give me that information earlier.
You don't
He told
need
me
the
that he would supply it to me later.
Then get it with him. I'm not his
So
keeper.
that's where I've been kind of waiting for some responses from Stephen.
I'm not Sanders' keeper. I did my own records request for an audit trail. It just came in just a few minutes ago, and you'll have it there. It's for King's last audit trail, and it's just one single audit trail. I want to see. You've already previously provided these in a medium that is readily available to the agency, and you have it. You have either the raw data, just like a PST file. The data's there. Whether you choose to say click export, that's not creating a record. That is exporting the data that is exactly there. That's what that is.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see it, right?
Hopefully. I gotta go talk to PD.
When?
I guess I will call over there and find out who's in charge of the Axon system currently and when they are available for me to come over, Mark. I also have a council meeting.
Oh, that sucks. It sucks that you have all this stuff to do and that you guys can't do it right. I've asked you several times about certain things. I mean, you can make faces back there all you want, Aaron Pecora. I don't care. I'm talking to you. If you want to get involved in this, you can. I'm just telling you that you haven't been here long enough to know what's going on in this agency. So if you want to do that, I'll dig into your ass too. I don't care. You got to stop violating the laws. That's what you got to do.
You have to give me time to
They already denied it.
Somebody else denied it, Mark.
You can't keep using that excuse. You're the records holder. You're the keeper. If they're doing it,
And
get
I was
them out of
just
the job.
told about it literally around 12:30, between 12:30 and 1.
Guess when I was told about it? I was told about it 30 minutes ago, and I got my ass here to handle the business. That's how fast I work. Because I don't want to see people have their rights violated. Specifically, whoever that person is. Get with Sanders. He'll find out who it is. And hopefully you'll be able to do this.
Got it.